Welcome. My name is Catherine. Today I'm going to be sharing my 90s CD collection. A little background: I graduated from high school in 1989. So in the 90s I was in my 20s. I discovered some new artists that I really liked and was still listening to my favorite artists from the 70s and 80s and buying their albums. So the first CD I'll show is from an artist I discovered in the 90s, and it's Tori Amos' debut solo album, Little Earthquakes. And this was released in the United States in 1991 and in the UK in 1992. And there's 5 singles off this album. So they are as follows: Me and a Gun, Silent All These Years, China, Winter, and Crucify. And she's a very talented piano player. I enjoy listening to this album all the way through. It has beautiful melodies and chord changes. And my 2 favorite songs are Silent All These Years and Winter, which is a song she wrote for her father. And this is the back of the album. The second album is a band from the 70s and 80s. It's the B-52's 6th studio album. It's called Good Stuff, and this was released June 23rd of 1992. And we have 3 original members here on the artwork on the front. So Kate Pearson, Keith Strickland, and Fred Snyder. So Cindy Wilson took some time off to raise her 2 little children, and they hired the singer Julie Cruz for the second singer in the band. I also like Tracy Wormwood. She's their bass player. She joined the band with Cosmic Thing in 1989 on that tour, and she's still with them today. And I got to go see the B-52's farewell tour in Seattle. That was in 2022, and I enjoyed the show very much. So the singles off here are Good Stuff, the title track. That was in June of 1992. And Is That You, Modine? Tell It Like It T.I. Is, November of 92. And that's my favorite song on this album. In fact, I'll leave a link to the video so you can watch it. It's just a great jammin' party song. Revolution Earth and Hot Pants Explosion, May of 93, was just released in the UK. And here's the artwork on the back. I love the B-52s. They're a lot of fun. The next artist became very famous internationally and actually got me listening to country in the 90s. I enjoyed a lot of the country songs and the artists that were on the charts in the 90s. Of course, it's Garth Brooks, and this is his album, The Chase. It's his 4th studio album, and it was released September 14th of 1992 on the Liberty label. And he was already very famous when this came out, and it immediately went to #1 on the country album charts, just within a week, and eventually was certified diamond. And there's 4 singles from this album. The first song on it is wonderful. It's called We Shall Be Free, August of 1991. And Somewhere Other Than the Night, Learning to Live Again. I think this song is very beautiful. And That Summer. Other songs that are on this album that are noteworthy: track number 5 is Walking After Midnight. That was a song recorded by Patsy Cline. I think he does a good job on this. Track number 6, Dixie Chicken. That's a song by Little Feat, and he has Trisha Yearwood singing the duet with him. And I really like track number 10, Night Rider's Lament, and he yodels at the end of this song, and it so much reminds me of my favorite artist, John Denver. I have another Garth Brooks album. I found this at the Goodwill. It's his album No Fences, and this came out in 1991. So the singles on here is The Thunder Rolls, Two of a Kind, Working on a Full House. Fan favorite is Friends in Low Places. I love that song. And a favorite is Unanswered Prayers. So I'm at the Goodwill, and I open this up. And there's a really nice picture of Garth Brooks with a horse. And then look, it's not the No Fences, it's Garth's Greatest Hits. So I end up buying this anyway because, you know, all his singles are on here and there's like 18 songs. And of course I don't have the liner notes, so I'm going to get my tablet here and just read these to you, some of them. It's a really good album, and I eventually want to find No Fences because I like the songs on that one. It starts out with the song Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up, and then 2 is Friends in Low Places, 3 Calling Baton Rouge. I love that song, it's a fun one. The River. 5 is Much Too Young to Feel This Damn Old from his first album. The Thunder Rolls. Number 7 is American Honky Tonk Bar Association. Tomorrow Never Comes, Unanswered Prayers, Standing Outside the Fire, Rodeo, and We Shall Be Free. And then the last song on it is The River. So there's 18 tracks. And when I go to the record store, the shelf where Garth Brooks is, it's always empty. People like Garth Brooks. And I think he's a talented artist that it's good to have his solo studio albums. This next artist I'm going to show is an artist I discovered in the 80s. It's Tracy Chapman and her 1995 album New Beginnings. This is her 4th studio album, and it was released November 14th of 1995. And it's on the Elektra label. So there's 4 singles on this album. The first one, Give Me One Reason. This became her biggest hit song. It went to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it won a Grammy for Best Song in '96. The second single, New Beginning. The Promise, which is a beautiful ballad, and the 4th one, Smoke and Ashes. So overall, it's a nice listen, but it's kind of long. It's 68 minutes. And it sold 3.8 million copies in the United States, which is the bestseller for her since her debut. So I have 3 Tracy Chapman albums, and I'll just show the ones from the 80s real quick. Most people know her debut, which is this one. And then I recommend this album. It didn't get as much attention. It's called what's the title of this again? Crossroads. So the song Crossroads, the title track, is really great. It has great percussion. I like listening to this whole album. It's really great. It has Freedom Now, which is to Nelson Mandela, Material Word, Be Careful With My Heart, and this is the track listing. So if you're not familiar with her music, besides the debut, this is a good one to listen to also. The last album I'll share with you today is Mark Cohen's debut album. He's a singer, songwriter, and piano player, and the well-known song on this album is Walking in Memphis. I also like track number 3, Silver Thunderbird. He wrote this for his father, and it reminds me of my dad as well. Number 6, Miles Away, Saving the Best for Last, and the last song, True Companion, is a really beautiful ballad. So those are the CDs I'm showing today. This will be part 1. In the comments, please share your thoughts on the music shown today. And I'll be doing some other videos showing the rest. I do have some things coming up in March. I have a concert on March 15th that I plan to vlog and share with you. and also the record show at the end of the month. I'll try to do a better job of showing you some of the records at the fair. So thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.